pages, we look at some of the top performing landing pages across industries and verticals and explore what makes them stand out and how to add those tactics and strategies to your own campaigns, no matter what vertical you're in. While I may not be an expert on baby products or sleep solutions, I do love landing pages, and I think Cradlewise does a great job of building a wonderful one. So let's dive into the hero section and above the fold to figure out what they're doing right and how you can add these elements and tactics to your own campaigns. So one thing you'll notice right off the bat that I love about this landing page is all the white space. There's clearly a good amount of information here and here, but the text isn't overwhelming. There's plenty of breathing room, so to speak. And I think that helps viewers feel less overwhelmed and more focused. Another thing that I love is Cradlewise uses this signature Cradlewise coral here in the shop and save CTA, which we'll see repeated throughout the page, and then again here in the save up to $300. And this instantly creates a visual link between the offer and the CTA. Another thing they're doing that's super subtle is you'll notice that there's no top navigation. And again, that goes back into how they're creating a distraction-free landing page that, while informative and engaging, doesn't overwhelm us. So instead of a top nav here, they do have this little yellow bar that builds some FOMO, that fear of missing out on a deal, because in 9 days, the prices are going to go up. So how can you shop and save? And why should you shop and save with Cradlewise? And they answer that question here in their header text and below in their subheader text. So Cradlewise is the ultimate all-in-one baby sleep solution. Parents are likely looking to have a pretty easy and low-key sleep schedule and sleep routine for their infants. So having something that's all-in-one is a great call out to that. There's not going to be a ton of blankets or batteries or other items that you need to buy to improve this. Cradlewise is presenting you something that's all-in-one, and that should also ease your stress. And while this seems like a subtle distinction and a subtle, header text, what Cradlewise does throughout this entire landing page is, instead of making the baby or the infant, which right here, so cute, the main character, they make the family the main character. Not only is your baby going to have better stress-free sleep, but so are you as a family unit, parents, siblings, all that good stuff. So here we see kind of that subtle language repeated. Cradlewise helps the whole family get more rest. The baby, of course, is the primary focus, but the family is there too. And I feel like with a lot of baby products, maybe we think more about just the individual, the baby or the infant that's getting served, and not the whole family. So making the entire family the main character is super helpful and kind of builds trust and intrigue. Then you'll see this section here, how to get back 2 hours of sleep each night. Who would not want 2 hours back each night? And then you see a little more about the product. Now we learn that it has a built-in monitor and auto-soothing capabilities. Then you'll notice right here we have a little strip of text. Now Cradlewise is doing something very intriguing. Here is the distraction-free kind of focused hero section that we talked about. But if you're not quite convinced to shop and save, it's teasing out that there's more to this landing page. So instead of clicking to a top nav and getting distracted, the construction of this landing page is pushing you down to go further into the product and the product description if you're just not ready to convert right here. So let's do what the landing page asks and scroll down a little bit. So here you'll notice something that I love seeing on every landing page, no matter the vertical, especially if it's product driven, which is a video. So here we can see the video of the product in use. We can see that the cradle actually rocks, which maybe you didn't know about before scrolling down. We can also see the product in use, which is key, as well as some key benefits. Another thing to note is this video does autoplay but there's no sound. So people who are maybe looking at this landing page on their phone, during office hours, or maybe in a crowded public transportation aren't missing anything if they can't hear it. Underneath the video, you'll notice price transparency is really key. So we see this repeated unlock up to $300 in savings offer. We also learn that there's a trial and financing options, which if you're a new parent, that is a lot of cost that you're taking on. So having the option to finance these more expensive baby items like a crib is really key. So here is that familiar CTA, shop and save, for people who have watched the video, learned a little more about the pricing and free trial options, and are ready to convert here. At this second option, we can see that there's more on the landing page. And again, this simple design, even though we don't really know what this tan image is or this design is, it's telling us there's more on the page. So if this was not enough to convince us to convert, let's keep going. Here you'll see some more information about the product, deeper feature review here. And we see that here, the future of sleep is here. Now, maybe after seeing the video, the more detailed pricing information, and learning more about the product, you're ready to convert. But if you're not, you see this come up. It's that save up to $300. So maybe that intrigues people who, again, aren't quite ready to convert at this third CTA. Scrolling down is a great trust building element. This pricing structure and how to save money could not be more clearly laid out. So having a pricing structure like this builds trust. And another thing to think about, not mentioned, the date here builds in some FOMO. In fact, not only will you not save money, you might not get the product at all. So again, this very, very simple pricing transparency block may not seem like a lot design-wise or visually, but it really packs a punch. And as you scroll down, I mentioned Cradlewise is smart, or should I say wise, and includes testimonials here. These testimonials are pretty short and sweet. And then finally, we see this again, which we recognize from the top of the page. Again, this limited stock available, building out that FOMO, that fear of missing out, that kind of urgency to convert and get yours now. This is an interesting one. So you'll notice this start planning is the only time we get a different CTA on the page. And this is because they might be speaking to a slightly different audience. They might be instead where the rest of the page is speaking to someone who's further along in their pregnancy, or maybe just had a baby or is about to have one. This enter the due date option maybe gives people a chance who are due past November from that pricing transparency, a way to see what they can plan for and when's the best time for them to buy this. And we see this pricing transparency that you can finance it, that there's a risk-free trial, and here, free shipping, which we do not learn unless we get to the bottom of the page. So overall, I think this page is super informative. I think it builds a lot of trust. And I think it's pretty distraction-free, which is probably pretty crucial in capturing the attention of soon-to-be or new parents. But that being said, I think there are a few opportunities for experimentation that I would test. I would love to see a more dedicated testimonial section, and I would wonder if testing the testimonial section higher up on the page would yield different or better results. Are more people converting after they see these testimonials and read other parents' experiences, or does it not matter as much? Is the financial element and the product differentiator as one of the only AI-enabled cribs enough to get people to convert? I would A/B test a landing page with the testimonials a little bit higher. Another thing that I might A/B test or experiment if I have a heat map add-on would be to see how much action this video is getting. How many people are mousing over this video, trying to learn more, or otherwise engaging it with their mouse? If it's a lot, I would suggest just bumping up the video a little bit to add here, and you can still get that hint a different way with a different design element. You're trying to get people's attention in that hero section above the fold. If they're not going to scroll, if they don't have time to scroll, if they're on mobile, you want to put your best foot forward, whether that's a video, whether that's showcasing your product. So I think there could just be a little experimentation here with either adding a video or just a shot of the product in full, or even maybe a GIF of the rocking motion. Because right now with this photo, we don't know all of the great features that are in it, like the built-in monitor, the fact that it bounces, the music. And I think all those are really, really great selling points. So again, just remembering that you really want to put your best, fullest picture here or video that lets users know, even if they only want to spend 10 seconds on the landing page, exactly what they could get out of your product or service. So that's about it from me. Overall, I think Cradlewise does a great job of creating a distraction-free, focused landing page, keeping people on the page, giving them multiple opportunities to convert, giving great trust via testimonials and pricing transparency, and just the overall uniqueness of the product. And of course, that consistent copy. Great way to really know your audience is to speak to not just the one problem that this product solves, which is having a baby sleep through the night, but the kind of ancillary other pain points it solves. If you want to experiment with any of these elements like videos, heat map, A/B testing, adding pricing transparency, all this good stuff with your own campaigns and landing pages, if you look in the top left of your screens, you'll see a QR code for a free trial. If you just hold your phone up and scan the code, it'll take you right to our sign up page. So you can kind of add these tips and tricks to your own campaigns and get some ideas going for testing and optimization so you can make the most out of every page visit. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I had a great time diving into this landing page with you, and stay tuned on our social media for future episodes of Landing Pages We Love. All right. Have a great day.